Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Political Pulse Show. Make sure you guys like this video down below, subscribe to the channel if you are new. So we've got new voter registration data. Yet another month, we're in March of 2025, and Republicans in Pennsylvania are still gaining. They're gaining to the point where they've cut the active party registration deficit. Not the total party registration, still a little bit of work to do there. But they've managed to cut that down to about 187,000 in terms of their deficit to the Democrats. When it comes to active voter registration, they've cut that to below 100,000 as it stands today. February alone, Republicans gained a net 5,500 voters. Right out of the gate, we're seeing Pennsylvania continue to become more favorable for Republicans. Donald Trump won it in 2024, and now Republicans are looking to at least put up a respectable performance in 2026. Of course, defeating Josh Shapiro is going to be tough. But if you can run a candidate that makes things close, at least down ballot, you can have a respectable showing. Maybe even hold on to those congressional districts. I think Republicans will hold the 8th, but the 7th is going to be tougher, especially in a midterm year with a midterm electorate. Still, the more voter registrations you have in the bank to work with, the better. And that's good. This video, though, isn't just about Pennsylvania. I've discussed Pennsylvania on previous episodes, and I'll probably continue to cover it if we get any major developments in party registration. This month's update wasn't necessarily groundbreaking, but it's still moving the ball in the right direction. Now, New Jersey. This is the main state I wanted to talk about. Let's look at those numbers. Back in 2020, Democrats had a 1.1 million voter registration advantage. Before the 2024 election, that lead was cut to 957,748 voters. And now, in just this past month alone, Republicans have made up an additional 50,000 registrations. And that is massive. If we're talking about New Jersey, this is a state that is moving rightward fast. Donald Trump fell short in the state by not even 300,000 votes, somewhere around 252,000. So there's definitely a lot of ground to make up, but already they've made a significant amount of it up since the 2024 election. That Democratic lead has now been cut from 957,000 to 834,000. That's a net shift of 71,000 in the Republican column. Now, are some of these new Republican registrations just people who are already voting Republican but switching their party affiliation? Yes. But here's the deal. It's still a good thing. Why? Because it makes it easier to find these voters or turn them out. If they're registered as Republicans instead of legacy Democrats or independents, that's a net positive for the GOP heading into election season. They're eating into the Democratic lead. It might seem insurmountable, but remember, when Trump won Pennsylvania in 2016, the Democratic registration lead there was bigger than New Jersey's current lead, and he still won the state. Of course, part of that was due to legacy Democrats switching parties, but that's part of the process. When the dam eventually breaks, it's going to be a lot tougher for Democrats to hold on to states like New Jersey. Hey beer lovers, this one's for you. If you're tired of the same old brews and want to level up your beer game, let me introduce you to the Original Craft Beer Club, the ultimate way to discover the best craft beers from all over the U.S. Every month, they deliver a curated selection of premium, small batch craft beers right to your doorstep. We're talking hard-to-find, award-winning brews from independent breweries you might never have discovered otherwise. No contracts, no commitment, just incredible beer tailored for true enthusiasts. And the best part? Each shipment comes with tasting notes, food pairings, and the story behind every brewery, so you get a full craft beer experience. Want to try it for yourself? Use the link in the description and check them out today. And now let's get back to the episode. So is New Jersey becoming a swing state? It is already much tougher for Democrats to win in New Jersey than it was in 2020. Now, is it still a blue state? Yes, it still has a ways to go, but we're getting there. New Jersey voted for Joe Biden by nearly 17 points, but now it's voting roughly the same for Democrats as Arizona does for Republicans, and that's a huge shift. There are also signs this trend is continuing, particularly in the northern part of the state. Will these shifts persist among working-class Italian voters, among Hispanic voters, many of whom Trump was able to flip? So far, there's no sign that the trend is slowing down. It could eventually level off, but as things stand right now, there's a lot of hope for Republicans in New Jersey. Now, we won't have presidential level turnout this fall, but there is a governor's race in New Jersey. Can Republicans compete for that seat? I think they should try. It's going to be closer than people think. The Democratic field is divided, and to be fair, so is the Republican field. But I believe we'll coalesce behind the primary winner quickly, and that candidate is going to at least make a run for it. Republicans in New Jersey now have renewed hope that their state is a swing state, and honestly, it kind of is. By 2028, New Jersey could very well be on the table. If Trump's approval rating is solid, if J.D. Vance is the nominee, who knows who the Democrats will put up. Then New Jersey could be competitive at a minimum. This is a massive boost for the GOP, because going into this election cycle, everyone agreed there were 7 swing states. But now, that map is changing. Not only are states like Texas and Florida slipping further out of Democrats' reach, but New Hampshire is becoming competitive for Republicans. New Jersey is on the table. North Carolina? I'm not saying it's off the table for Democrats, but voter registration data shows Republicans now lead in active registrations. Why? Because purges disproportionately affect inactive Democrat voters, people who didn't respond to the memo to renew their registrations. This reduces the opportunity for election shenanigans. Republicans holding an active voter registration lead in North Carolina is huge for their future prospects there. New Jersey and New Hampshire are entering the conversation. Meanwhile, Arizona and Nevada are starting to leave the conversation. Arizona isn't going to go Republican by 10 points, but should it go Republican by 5 or more? Yes. The Republican coalition is shifting. It's no longer a McCain-style GOP. They're gaining white working-class voters. They're gaining Hispanics. Yes, they're losing some suburbanites, but the new coalition is just as large and just as capable of delivering victories. Georgia is a different story. It's drifting left. Michigan, I think you could argue it's moving slightly right. Wisconsin, probably going to be stagnant. That's why the Wisconsin Supreme Court race on April 1st is so important. If you live in Wisconsin, get out and vote. If you have friends there, make sure they vote. This race could determine election laws and decide whether Wisconsin leads red or blue in future elections. We can't afford to be caught asleep at the wheel. And we'll be talking more about the race later in this month. But back to New Jersey. There's a lot of hope on the horizon. The GOP is eating away at the Democrats' advantage, which makes it easier to win elections there. The left was really so energized, we'd see it in the voter registration data. But we aren't seeing it anywhere. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like this video down below, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. All the links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the Political Pulse Show. Your support matters and is appreciated. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go down below, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell notification button to be notified of our next video. And of course, thank you so much for watching and listening to the Political Pulse Show.